Hello, I'm Father Chuck Dornquast, the Director of Vocations for the Diocese of St. Petersburg, and today we're asking 20 questions of Bishop Parkes. Bishop, thank you for giving us your time. Are you ready to answer 20 questions?
Father Chuck, it's good to be with you, and I think I'm ready, so let's get to it.
All right, so the first 10 questions are warm-ups. Bishop, where did you grow up?
Grew up in Massapequa, Long Island, so it's a town on the south shore of Long Island in New York.
Very good. And what do you like to do in your downtime, if you have downtime?
Oh, I do. I think it's important to have some downtime. But I enjoy watching sports, so I'm a big football fan, both college and pro. Also enjoy watching golf, so the PGA Tour, and just spending some time outside, just enjoying nature.
Beautiful. Bishop, if overnight you were suddenly to become a master woodworker, what's the first thing you would build?
Well, that would be a miracle, first of all. It's not a gift and talent I have, but if I did, I think what I would build would be a crozier. Now, I have received some of those that have been made by other woodworkers as gifts, and I've enjoyed it very much. So if I had that skill, I would probably make a crozier or a staff, for a bishop, for another bishop, maybe as a gift.
Oh, for your brother.
Could be for my brother.
That'd be neat. What song do you have completely memorized?
Oh my goodness. That's a tough one. Trying to think. You're not going to ask me to sing it, are you?
No. Well, if you wanted to, though, Bishop.
Okay. This is going back a little bit, but I think it probably would be Lying Eyes by the Eagles.
Hey, very good. Bishop, if you could be an animal for a day, what animal would that be?
I think probably a dog. A lovable dog. Everybody likes dogs for the most part, and just a cuddly, kind of happy dog. That would be a good thing.
There you go. Do you believe in Bigfoot, Bishop?
Some people have mistaken me for Bigfoot. I'm afraid to go in the woods if I don't wear an orange vest, But no, I don't believe in Bigfoot.
All right. But do you have a favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Boy, there's a lot of them that I really enjoy. Kind of an intense movie, but I would say one that I watch every time I see if it's on is Braveheart. I like that very much.
Nice. Do you have a favorite movie quote?
Favorite movie quote? No, I don't think so. Nothing that comes to mind right away.
Okay. Bishop, what's your favorite place?
Favorite place? I love the mountains. So, we live in Florida, so any chance I have to go out west, out to Wyoming or Colorado, the Dakotas, that type of thing. So I enjoy that very much.
Beautiful. And what's your least favorite food?
In general, I would say seafood, which is probably at least a venial sin living here in Florida and on the Gulf Coast. But in general, I don't care for seafood very much at all. Fridays during Lent, I'll eat some fried fish maybe if it's light and with a lot of ketchup on it.
Very good. Well, Bishop, those were the warm-ups, and now we're into the deep dives. What could you give a 40-minute presentation on without any preparation?
Oh my goodness, probably my vocation, kind of my life story, and how I came to be called by God to be a priest and now to be a bishop. Probably something that I could speak about for an extended period of time.
Yeah. Who or what has been most influential in your life?
I would say certainly my parents, growing up. They were a big influence in terms of passing on the faith. Gave me a wonderful example of what it means to be a Catholic and to serve the church in ministry and just to be a committed Christian. So I would say my mom and dad.
Awesome. And Bishop, what's the best way you think a person can spend their time?
Well, I think personally, I think we do need some time to relax, just some downtime, some quiet time, whether that's in prayer, whether it's reading, taking a siesta, maybe. Just some time to recharge so that whatever we have to do, the other things in life, we can do well.
Very good. And is there anything you're currently looking forward to?
Looking forward to getting past COVID, I would say. That would be one thing I think we're all looking forward to. I do enjoy the holidays, so Thanksgiving's coming up and Christmas, of course, and those are always very, joyous times to be with family and friends, though who knows, this year may be a little bit different because of the circumstances.
Yeah. Bishop, at what age did you start thinking about your vocation?
So first started thinking about being a priest maybe when I was in second grade. So that was pretty young, I guess about 8 years old, maybe 7 or 8. But then didn't really think about it seriously again until after college. So I was out working, so I'd be in my, say, mid-20s, and I really started seriously discerning a possible call to be a priest at that point.
Okay, and then prior to you going into seminary, what did your friends or family think?
Well, my mom and dad were always very supportive. They loved priests, and so the thought of one of their sons becoming a priest, of course, they were very supportive of that. My brother actually entered the seminary a year before I did, and he's my younger brother, so I thought, well, if he can do it, I can do it as well. Most people, friends, they were not surprised. People that knew me kind of saw that in me or knew that I had been thinking about it, and they were just very happy for me.
Wow. And what would you say they think now?
Well, you'd have to ask them. I think for the most part, again, they're very happy that I'm a priest and now a bishop and serving the church and leading the church here in the Diocese of St. Petersburg as best as I can. So they've always been very, very supportive, and I trust that they pray for me, that I can be a good priest, a good bishop.
Beautiful. Bishop, what's one thing you wish people knew about Catholicism?
I think just how much God loves them, and that we're not simply a church of rules and regulations, a church of no, as it's been described. You can't do this, you can't do that, but that it's a very loving faith, and that we receive God's love and His mercy whenever we ask for it, and that He's always there with us, present to us in our lives, and specifically in the Eucharist.
And Bishop, what's one thing you wish people knew about being a bishop?
I think probably I would like them to know that I do listen to them. As a bishop, I think sometimes people think that maybe bishops have their own ideas and they do their own thing, but my style of leadership as a bishop is very open and collaborative. I like to engage in conversation with the faithful, and whenever somebody writes me a letter or an email, I do read them, and I do consider them. So that bishops do listen.
Absolutely. And so, Bishop, the final question, what would you say to someone who's thinking about becoming a priest or thinking about becoming a religious sister?
I would just say, of course, always to be open to that possibility, to recognize that God has a special plan for your life, and if that is to be a priest or a deacon or a religious brother or sister, just to be open to that and trust. Trust that if this is the path that God is calling you to follow, that He's not going to abandon you. He's not going to lead you down a path and then drop you. He'll always be with you, and He'll be there to support and strengthen you. So have an openness and have trust in God to follow His will.
Beautiful. Well, Bishop, thank you so much for participating in 20 questions. Please know that the Diocese prays for you. We're grateful for you and the work that you do and the support that you offer to all those who work with you.
Well, thank you so much, Father Chuck, and thank you for your ministry as our Director of Vocations. So God's blessings upon you.
It's a privilege. Thank you, Bishop.